My name is Eric Larsen. August 2023. I walked away from 38 years as a structural engineer in Chicago, cashed out my 401k, sold the condo, and bought a 1947 log cabin on the shore of Lake Gogebic in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. 95 acres of water, nothing but pine and birch in every direction. Nearest neighbor 7 miles by dirt road. I figured the only sounds I'd ever hear again would be waves lapping and my reel singing when a muskie hit. I made one mistake. I told my sister. October 2023. The phone call came at dusk. Eric, Mark lost his job. They're getting evicted. The kids can't be on the street. Just until spring. Please. Laura was crying. I said, "No, this is my retirement." She cried harder. I hung up. November 2023. I was on the dock, casting for walleye, when a 26-foot U-Haul rolled down my driveway, followed by Mark's lifted Silverado. Mark, Laura, 3 kids, ages 11, 9, and 6, 2 Labrador retrievers, and a travel trailer the size of a city bus. Mark hopped out grinning like he'd won the lottery. "Thought we'd surprise you, bro." I didn't say a word. They moved in like a swarm. By nightfall, my bedroom was the kids' room, my office was a dog kennel, and the kitchen smelled like chicken nuggets and broken dreams. I stayed one more night. Then I loaded my truck in the dark, locked the cabin, and vanished for 6 months. I never told them I was leaving. December 2023. May 2024. I rented a cheap apartment in Escanaba under an old friend's name and went to work, quietly, methodically, the way I used to design skyscrapers that wouldn't fall down. Here's what I did in those 6 months. I hired a forensic accountant to audit our late mother's estate account. Result: between 2021 and 2023, Mark had borrowed $282,000. Signatures forged. The bank said, "We can report this to the Michigan State Police tomorrow." I said, "Not yet. Wait." When I bought the cabin, I had a security company buddy install 16 4K cameras with audio, interior and exterior. Everything was recording to the cloud 24/7. I rewrote the homeowner's insurance policy with a special rider. Quote, "In case of black mold or catastrophic water damage, full restoration or cash settlement up to $950,000." Unquote. Paid the extra premium in cash. I accidentally left the main water valve cracked 1/4 turn and locked the heating thermostat at 42 degrees Fahrenheit before I left. I knew what minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit does to copper pipes. I put an environmental remediation company on retainer. Black mold specialists. Told them to stand by for a possible emergency job. February 2024. Upper Peninsula's coldest month on record. Pipes burst. Water flooded the basement, froze solid, expanded, cracked the foundation. Heat off for weeks. Black mold exploded across every wall and ceiling like dark fireworks. Mark finally called the insurance company. Insurance sent an inspector. Inspector's report: structure completely inhabitable. Airborne mold counts 900,000 spores per cubic meter. Recommend immediate evacuation. Insurance cut a check for $912,000. The check was made out to Eric Larsen only because the policy was in my name only. April 2024. Ice started breaking up on the lake. Mark called me panicked. "Eric, the cabin is destroyed. Mold everywhere. Insurance sent a check, but it's in your name." I said, "Good. I'm on my way." I pulled up in my truck. They were standing in the yard in filthy clothes, dogs barking, kids crying, trailer half sunk in mud. I stepped out, walked over, and held up the insurance check so they could see the amount. Mark's eyes went wide. Then I tore the check into tiny pieces right in front of them and let the wind take the confetti out over the lake. "Those are my proceeds," I said. "You've been living here illegally for 5 months. Pack up. You have until sunset." Mark started screaming. "You can't do this." I pulled out my phone and dialed a number I'd saved months earlier. "Hello, Sergeant Roberts, Michigan State Police Financial Crimes? Eric Larsen. Yes, the forgery case on the estate account. They're all here right now if you'd like to talk to them." Mark went ghost white. He tried to run. 2 unmarked Tahoes rolled in, plain-clothes detectives. Mark in cuffs, Laura sobbing. DHS took temporary custody of the kids until a hearing. May 2024. Mark took a plea, 7 years federal prison for wire fraud, identity theft, and forgery. Laura got probation and parenting classes, reganged the kids on condition she have 0 contact with Mark. With the insurance money, I demolished the old cabin and built a new one, bigger, smarter, mine. I named the new place Quiet Waters. June 2024 present. I wake at 5 a.m. every morning, make coffee on the same stove that used to smell like burnt fish sticks, sit on the deck and watch mist rise off the lake while loons call. No children screaming, no dogs barking, no Mark. And the best part? I bought their foreclosed house outside Chicago at auction for $110,000. It rents for $2,800 a month now. Money goes straight into my account. Sometimes Laura calls. "Eric, can you ever forgive me?" I say, "I already forgave you. Forgetting is a different question." Then I hang up, cast my line, and wait for the next muskie to hit. The lake is very, very big, and finally, it's quiet.